Okay.
The one that has the authority, has the power to make it happen.
What happens is that when you want to implement change, you have your vision there.
Yes.
You are satisfied with the situation.
Yes.
And he has already taken the first steps by appointing boards, cabinet ministers,
yes.
principal secretaries. There is resistance. Because there's already a bureaucracy and system which moves the government. And there's this either resistance or slow pace. So he's not happy that there is a slow pace to implement things that he and his administration promised to achieve.
Bo, your special take, your initial take on the tone and everything, what is happening? Brian is talking about the resistance.
That
you
was
agree?
The first time that I looked at the president and saw him really angry, as you said. And it was also the first time that he seriously impressed me, because it was about action. People have been complaining that he's just talk, but that time he talked and he directed and things started
Gave
happening.
deadlines.
Yes.
Yes.
We're still waiting for some deadlines.
Actually, that's what I was about to say. Have we seen any movement after that?
Yes, we have.
Yes, which is what?
We have seen the movement. Some more CEOs have been removed from their positions.
Yes.
Because the president said remove the rabble. I don't know if they are the rabble, but things are happening.
Probably they are resisting and they are the rabble, we don't know. Yes. But we've just seen that there's been a couple of...
So the action is indeed happening.
Okay. So where is the problem? Is the problem because he hated the DPP system, as people are saying?
The problem was procrastination.
Procrastination, okay.
Because if you
so it's not because of DPP?
No. If you move into a place and you see that there are obstacles there or things that could be hindrances, the first thing you do is to remove them. You cannot wait 4 months and say, maybe they will change. These people are not yours. So you work decisively right from the start. That didn't happen. We now had the disaster of Malawi, which has affected all of us.
Yes, certainly.
And fortunately or unfortunately, that has now precipitated the change that we're seeing now.
Brian, is it the DP system frustrating him?
No. It's not the DP. It's not. I don't see it as a problem of the DPP system. It's the problem with the government system that we have. Remember, the civil servants that are there were there. Some of them during MCP, during PP, during UDF.
Yes,
they were there.
So they are used to slowness.
They are used to slowness. Because if you want to change, two things must happen. Either you retrain the people so that the people change, or you remove them so that you can have people who can bring the change. And you also deal with the system. We are talking of the Malawi fiasco. There is another fiasco which is going on at the moment. People are spending 4 days at the depots waiting to buy subsidized fertilizers. I mean, instead of working in the field with these rains which are coming,
and this
people are
is
spending
November.
3-4 nights. It means that the system is not working. Someone hasn't done their job properly.
Why are they there? They aren't the inputs. They can't get the inputs.
I mean, they can't get some people are blaming the network and whatsoever. But there are so many people who can sell that fertilizer in the villages. We have so many traders who you can trust to sell those inputs to our farmers. Yeah.
So where's the solution? Is the solution just kicking out everyone? Brian is talking about either training the people or removing them.
I think I'll go back to what you said, that the people are so used. They know that whatever I do, I will not be punished. And that's what the president alluded to, and he said it very clearly, that you're used to living like that, and nobody gets punished, life goes on. So now at least we are seeing people getting arrested. Those who are used to the corruption in the fertilizer industry. Yes. We have seen several arrests. So hopefully people will wake up and actually do their work.
There's the sticker issue of saying we are all Malawians. If you are born in Malawi, you are a Malawian, you are entitled to a job in government. And then there's this issue where you are saying you either remove them, bring in new people, as the president even suggested, and we have seen indeed that the people are being moved. How do you balance the two?
We are looking at maybe the way the appointments were made.
Yes.
Because there are some instances where it's very clear that this person has been put into this position because of where they belong, which party they belong to, without the necessary qualifications. Those with the qualifications, maybe unfortunately, they were still put in their positions in unorthodox ways. So if you were not properly recruited, you just have to go and you've got no legal standing.
Brian, the Constitution, all of us, no discrimination.
And it's good that we are all Malawians.
Yes.
When they remove you as a Malawian, they will replace you with me as a Malawian. I thought we are all Malawians. But the fact is that when you are restructuring organizations, one of the things that you need to do is to remove the dead wood. And when they are removing the dead wood, people should not cry political tears. We shouldn't see blue tears.
So there's nothing wrong when removing dead wood.
There's nothing wrong when removing the dead wood. I've said, first of all, you try to retrain them or reorient them. But if they are untrainable, you have no alternative but to remove that dead wood.
Yes.
Another thing that you need to do is you want to remove all the corrupt servants in the system.
Yes.
So if there are people who are corrupt, then you clear the rubble, as the president says.
What if the threatening say we'll go to court?
Let them go.
You spend money, taxpayers' money, to pay them in case they win.
Sometimes it's good to lose 1 million so that you can save 5 million later.
For the people?
For the people, yes.
I see.
Because if you don't lose that 1 million which you pay as legal fees, you might end up spending 10 million because there is a corrupt fat cat who is draining the resources. So let us not just fear the legal costs.
And in management, you have to be ruthless.
Ruthless?
Yes, that's the word.
You are preaching ruthlessness to
you just have to be.
to government.
The moment people see a weakness in you, they will capitalize on that and destroy you.
Yes, yes. So is that a good thing even for government?
It's for everyone, even in management, even at your position or my position.
I should be ruthless.
I have to be ruthless.
I see. Thanks for the advice.
No.
Yes, Brad.
You don't have to be ruthless anyway. As a leader, you motivate people.
Exactly.
But if some people are not motivated enough, they don't even want to follow.
They are frustrating you.
They are frustrated. And they are frustrating you.
Yes.
Then you chop that dead.
It means they are frustrating the goals of the organization. Yes. And in this case, we are talking about transformation that we all need in Malawi. Yes. Everyone, the 8 million of us. You are watching the Cauldron, and it's already getting hot. This is Times TV. The issue is the president getting angry because probably the system is not responding to his treatment of change. So he's getting angry, and we saw what happened at Manebo, where MSC has been actually being stopped before it was finished because some papers leaked. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll continue having the same discussion. And we're going to say, probably try to give the significance of what Malawians did on June 23 in choosing change. Are they getting that change? Are they understanding the president? When should they expect the change? And it will take what? Don't go away. Welcome back. This is the Cauldron. It is where editors meet on Times TV or TTV, if you want to abbreviate things. Mibawa, clearly Malawians wanted change on June 23 when they voted out President Peter Mutharika and his DPP government and replaced it with President Lazarus Chakwera with his Tose Alliance government. What sort of change do you think Malawians are looking for? What is it that they wanted? What is it that they think is immediate? Is it just clearing the rubble, or there's something fundamental that they are looking for?
Well, we wanted a bit of difference in the way things are run. Like we were talking about the money issue.
Yes.
We have had exams which have been stolen before.
Yes.
But we haven't seen...
Was it 2000, Brian?
Yeah, we have only seen one resignation. I think one voluntary resignation.
Yes.
When the exams leaked.
Yes.
The rest, people were not fired and life went on. At least this time around, we have seen heads rolling immediately after it happened. For the fertilizer, I really don't see much change because the people from the villages are still suffering. The ones who really need the fertilizer, they're still suffering. I've heard even of instances where they're buying 30 kgs, whereas the other 20 kgs, somebody has siphoned it from
they're taking it out of the 50 kg bag.
Yes.
There's
been a case like that. I think last week there was a very hot issue.
Yes.
So it's really sad that some of these things are still sticking. So maybe if people see that they can actually get fired and even arrested, hopefully the change will come. It hasn't really come with the punch we wanted.
Yes. Brian, what's the change that Malawians are looking for? We just talk about transformation. What is it that do they even know what they're looking for?
Most Malawians are looking for economic changes in their lives.
Okay. So their pocket.
Their pocket. But that pocket comes in many sense.
Okay.
When you walk into a hospital, you should be able to get medicine there. Reason, money hasn't been stolen or money hasn't been embezzled by anyone. When you are promised that you will buy cheap fertilizers, please do so. Instead of buying 50 kg, don't buy 30 kg that my colleague has referred to, because somebody has stolen that. Then we haven't changed anything. This program started a long time ago. I know it came as a startup during Mulu's era.
Certainly, yes.
Then it reversed. Yes, it has been changing. And we are not getting it right after all these years. No, that's not change. So Malawians are looking for change that we will see the economic benefits trickling into their pockets in so many spheres. Good roads, food on the table. That's the change that Malawians are looking for, apart from other issues such as the issues of human rights and good governance.
All right.
And I should say, some of us are happy that change is happening, though at slow pace. We now have a president who is able to see a problem and react immediately. If we were in the previous government, I'm sorry to say that those of in power would have been sleeping and slumbering over these issues
without even bothering about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes they would go for 4 weeks as if they are out of the country when they are sleeping.
But you're smiling. Brian has zeroed it down to, we have a president that at least reacts. Why do you think it's so important for the president to deliver the change that he promised Malawians? What are the issues that are at stake?
The issue at stake is what he's talking about, economic empowerment. If some of these things, these systems that are so entrenched, which make it difficult for me to access basic services, are removed. I mean, if something happens well, you know that ESCOM works well. I cannot have a blackout for 20 days. I cannot call them. There's no water for 3 weeks in a particular place. Things like that, if they change, definitely there will be a lot of goodwill towards the government.
Do you think the president will be held to account in 2025 if the change that Malawians are looking for doesn't happen?
Oh, yes.
You think they'll vote him out?
It's too early to say. It's too early.
Okay. But does he have the ability to affect this change? Brian has talked about the fact that he's a bit more responsive to issues than in the previous governments, where the president would lock himself up maybe a month or two without us seeing him out or even coughing.
But that requires cooperation from all of us. If I see a problem somewhere, I should point it out instead of just saying, this is how we live in Malawi. Oh, they siphoned your fertilizer. So sorry for that. And then you move on. It doesn't have to be like that. Reports. Be a whistleblower. Is
it the mindset, Brian? The other day, the vice president was talking about the mindset change that we must. I mean, I'm just following up on what Mibawa said to say, president can say so much, but the rest of us should also play a role. Do we have a mindset problem in Malawi?
We have a big mindset problem.
Okay.
Elsewhere, we are known as Malawians are nice people.
We smile a lot.
We smile a lot.
In those days, we used to hear that we share cigarettes on a bus before cigarettes became less fashionable. Yeah. Is it a problem?
It's a problem. We needed to change our mindset, and I think we are changing our mindset.
Okay. You are positive?
I'm positive.
Okay.
When there are issues happening, it's important to actually say that you are not happy with them. We are not happy that we are sleeping at depots, waiting for fertilizer for 3 nights. We are not happy that the examinations leaked. We are not happy because we should voice out what we are not happy with.
Is it because of the advent of social media that Malawians have woken up and we are always up in arms if something is wrong? The exams have leaked, that it's flooded the social media. The whole day you're talking about it, and the leaders notice and they respond to it.
No, but you just said it right here. The leader could have chosen to keep quiet.
And the other one was keeping quiet, despite the same social media.
I didn't mention that one, but the point is,
it was Brian who mentioned it.
He could have chosen to remain quiet,
Mm-hmm.
and we couldn't force him to speak.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact,
yes,
you need that balance.
Mm-hmm.
You can have transformational leaders, and on the other hand, you can have people who are not transformational.
Yes, yes.
So you need transformational citizenship and transformational leadership, and they should work together. When you have a transformational leader without transformational citizenship, then the leader can speak and speak, it will be nothing. But if you have also people, citizens who are transformed and who are yearning for change, then things will work out for the better.
Yes. A week has passed since this speech, this angry speech, probably more. Certain things have happened. Are they enough as a launchpad to greater things, or probably it's still window dressing, Bawo?
No, it's not.
It's not.
Next time, I think somebody at the helm will know better that if this happened under my watch, maybe let me just resign, or let me take the blame at least, instead of going somewhere and then holding press conferences trying to blame your juniors. It doesn't make any sense to me. It happened under my watch. Let me take full responsibility.
Yes.
And next time somebody messes up like that, 4.5 billion of public money.
Yes.
Somebody definitely should pay the price.
Actually, the trigger was that Maneb and Nokma, and let's talk something about them. Maneb, is this still relevant in our lives, or probably this need to reform it and change things?
It is relevant.
It is relevant.
There are some people of older generations who only have Form 4 certificates.
Yes.
But I can assure you they are much better than people who've gone through the colleges of Malawi now.
Exactly.
Because of Maneb.
Yes.
They could secure very good jobs and they could actually do a good job in the office.
But
the
the exams are leaking. Where's the problem?
That is why it has to stop now.
Where's the problem? Is it just the executive director?
Lack of patriotism.
Or top management? Or it's more than that?
It's lack of patriotism and greed.
Yes.
Because and that sense of impunity that we've had in this country.
Yes.
Because somebody believes they could leak the exams and then we talk about it for 2 days. It ends there. Nobody gets fired, nobody gets arrested, and life goes on.
Yes.
It shouldn't be like that.
Brad, Maneb, the way we're handling the problem, the leak, this is a big thing. It's a fiasco, as you people rightly said it.
We need money, but it's unfortunate that we are not investing in what is known as continuous assessment.
Yes. We still believe in it.
Yes, summative, yeah, just the final exam. You fail, you pass, you have passed. That's what the Form 4s do. But if you go to colleges and universities, you will see that
continuous assessment.
It's continuous assessment.
Exactly.
You write assignments and those assignments
contribute to your eventual mark.
The final grade.
Yes, that's right.
But we have a problem with the secondary and the primary education. Where you just sit for one exam. And when that exam has leaked, then everything else has gone down the drain. The 4.5 billion that we are talking about.
You have to start all over again.
You have to start all over again.
Yes.
So seriously, Maneb and the other players, Minister of Education, has to consider the issue of continuous assessment as part of a solution to this problem.
And to say, as a guardian, I'm also watching very keenly to see what government will do, because I will not be forced to pay fees for a fourth term.
Yes.
So the president said somebody should look at the task force and decide who will pay the bills. Because I looked at my nephew and said, I'm done with this boy.
Yes.
And now I have to cough out more money.
Exactly. The president changed the dates. He was saying initially, Maneb and Minister of Education agreed on March. The president is saying, no, you can't do that. January, not even February. January, that's when the exams must be written. What's the significance of that? As a parent now, you're talking of your nephew, who you're really anxious to see go finish Form 4.
That was very good, and I should say here that the re-election we had, it set a very high standard, because people saw that you can do very big things in the short term. So for somebody to reach Justice Kajali's level, they really all have to pull up their socks.
Exactly.
If they did it with a national election, what about an exam which is only targeting about 100-something people?
The other issue, Brian, was...
But you see, on the same issue of exams, we have a lot of jokers in this country.
Yes.
The president issues a directive that we should have Form 4 exams written by January.
Yes.
And there is no calendar of events for the exam.
Yes.
There is no word from Minister of Education.
Yes.
No word from Maneb.
Maneb, yes.
I mean, that's how we've been living.
I mean, what sort of jokers are we? I thought Minister of Education and Maneb were supposed to come out in the open and announce that indeed we will comply by what the president has said.
Probably they're waiting to get fired because the president said How do you start announcing things when you know I'm going to get fired? Anyway, the other issue, Brian, is the Nokma. The other trigger to this angry speech by the president was Nokma, National Oil Company of Malawi. How strategic is this organization, from your knowledge?
It's a very important organization because it's one of the organizations which ensures that we have fuel in the country, and fuel drives the economy of the country. It
runs everything, every other machine.
So it's an important state company. Huh?
CEO suspended because he got a case, arrested by police. The body that is chaired by Secretary of the President Cabinet appoints an acting CEO. Then everybody is up in arms that she was a cadet. They're showing her in deep dress and what. Is that fair? Is that what we should be doing to fellow Malawians? I want to hear from him.
Civil servants and public servants can freely participate in politics.
Actually, we all participate in politics.
We all participate in politics. We all vote.
Yes.
But when you are holding some positions, it's good that you shouldn't become overzealous. Although you voted, I don't think you can put on party colors of the party that you voted for.
But you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. You can get excited today, put on some regalia, then you repent after
so if you do that, please.
Should they hold you to account for something that you did a year ago?
Please get ready to bear the consequences.
But should we be held to account for the dressing that you did when you were in Sunday school?
In the past 4 to 5 years, there has been a blur. You wouldn't tell which was the government and which was party. And that thing was getting very entrenched. So if it is very clear that if you are so partisan, you would end up losing your job or even your life in some instances. You lose all your credibility. Then don't blame anybody else. Because you should have that distinction to know that this is work, this is party, which is very personal to me.
But I mean, if should we hold people to account for the things that they did 2 years previously? I mean, if I owe a cup of bullets 2 years, I was just excited, probably some fumes in my brain. Should I be held to account until I should lose my job because of that?
Life is all about being held to account. Whatever you do, you still have to account for
it.
Even in heaven, we account for what we are doing.
Yes, Brian.
I was a bullet treasure.
Yes, I know.
Whilst working as an editor.
Yes, of course.
But I said it openly, and I declared to my fellow editors that any story on the bullets, I will not touch it. I will refuse myself. So when you are doing some things, it's good to take precautions. To say, I'm declaring my interest, I support this team, and I've accepted your position. But any story that you write on big bullets, I will not edit that story. Because I may be biased. But as I've said, some of these cadets were too overzealous.
Yes.
And because they were too overzealous, others, even people who were working with them, are no longer confident and comfortable to work with them.
So the problem is the trust. Brian seems to say the problem is the trust.
Trust, yes.
They can't be trusted.
Yes.
What if they say we have changed? Can you allow us to continue working? They shouldn't be allowed.
But you cannot be working with people you don't trust.
Yeah, what is the danger of that?
They could do anything, but you're also not free. You don't have the peace of mind. Exactly. You cannot leave something with me. You don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Exactly. Brian, your last word on this topic?
My last word.
Clearing the rubble. An angry president, eager to clear the rubble.
We are all angry anyway. What we should know is that clearing the rubble means that the president should indeed get angry, so that he can pursue his vision, and all the people who have been appointed to deliver should deliver.
Exactly.
Some people have been appointed, but they are just excited because of the perks that they will get, because of the popularity that they will get.
They've forgotten about them,
and they have forgotten what they are supposed to do.
Yes.
Those people should know that they can also face the chop.
Yes.
And what has happened at Nokma, where somebody is about to lose his acting position because of political affiliation, is also a warning to colleagues who are in the Tonse Alliance
today. That if they are overzealous,
if they are overzealous
the day will
with their membership of Tonse Alliance, one day they will face what
the same consequences.
The same consequences.
Good advice, Brian. Good advice, Brian. Bao?
I'll stick to my point. Sometimes you have to be ruthless.
Yes.
So that you can...
to sort out things. Yes. to sort out things. You are watching the Cauldron on Times TV. My name is Zodiak, and I'm joined by Brian as well as Mibawa. We are discussing an angry president. We are discussing the Rabu, how must be declared, issues of trust, etc., etc. We'll take another break. When we come back, we're going to the second segment of the program, and this is a look at the international story. I don't think there's another story that we can look at apart from what is happening in America. America's democracy on stand test. Don't go away. Welcome back, and this is the Cauldron on Times TV. We are now in segment 2 of the program, which covers an international story. After days of uncertainty, Joe Biden won the U.S. presidential elections. Projections showed, but President Donald Trump was refusing to admit the election by the time we are recording this program. And in fact, apart from just refusing to concede, he was also making claims that there was voter fraud, and he was therefore filing cases in several states in a move that was supported by some top Senate Republicans, such as Mitch McConnell, for example, who said the president had every right to pursue legal challenges. For obvious reasons, I'll start with you, Mibawa. To some of us, this is a democratic madness, a roller coaster, capturing world attention. We thought we had this vision of American elections where they vote, then you have the night. By the time we wake up in the morning, you have the winner, you have the loser. This time until now, it took a bit of days before the final call was made by media houses. And then after it was made, President Donald Trump is having none of it. What can we make out of this, Mibawa? I know you are disappointed. You are disappointed.
I'm not
because
disappointed.
Trump.
Judge, I'm not disappointed. Because the final call will come from the electoral colleges on 14th December.
Exactly.
On that day.
But they do that depending on the states. No, depending how the states vote.
They're still recounting it. They were still looking at the ballot hawks or whatever. So
but Biden still has his 270 over 270.
Talk to me on 15th December.
Look at what he said.
I'm surprised.
No, but my point is, this is not the first time an election has been disputed in the
Yes,
US.
2000.
I'll go and
2000, yes.
George Bush,
yes,
they had their own issues.
Yes.
Gore eventually conceded.
Yes.
Though others still say that he is the one who won. Even last time, Hillary was claiming the popular vote.
Yeah,
so this is very normal, but because it is Trump with his personality issues, people are wanting to blow it out of proportion. But he's not the first one who has disputed an election.
Brad?
It's unfortunate that in politics, we allow people who are over retirement age to be gunning
to continue bothering us.
To continue bothering us. This is the problem that is in Africa.
Now we have exported it in the US, through the US.
Yes. People who are over 70 years.
This is a proper Africa problem.
Yes, it's a
but now in America.
People who cannot accept it to work because they have reached their retirement age.
Yes.
But we allow them to go into politics and bother us. So it's a problem. It's also unfortunate that in politics, when there are many idiots, they can even choose one of their own and start clapping hands for him.
Yes.
And that's exactly what is happening.
What is he insinuating?
Now, just to build on your use of the word idiocy and having an idiot and being voted by fellow idiots, 70 million Americans voted for Trump against the 74 million for Biden. It's something that Biden cannot just overlook and say they are idiots, like you are saying.
No, I haven't said that the voters are idiots. I've just said that the problem in politics is that if there is an idiot, fellow idiots can vote for them.
Yes.
But if you see, and if you have listened to Biden, he has been calling for unity.
Yes.
He has been stressing on the message of unity, that they should forget about politics and they should start now building their country. It's one America for all.
But Trump is having none of it. In fact, that's not to hear the fact that he says nobody has been elected.
But we have such types of people in politics.
Biden calling for unity, Trump going full throttle, court cases, even tweeting.
Yeah, leave him alone. Let him exhaust the whole process. He's allowed to do that. Never say never.
But in the past, other presidents have considered in beautiful speeches, leaving each other letters behind. George W. Herbert Walker Bush leaving behind a letter to Bill Clinton, a beautiful one, saying it's now your turn.
But Bush is not Trump. Trump is Trump. You all know what Trump is. You know he will not concede without a fight. That's what he is. Is
Trump a misnomer in U.S. politics, Brian?
One of the things that we should know, if I answer your question, is that when people are facing defeat or loss, people react differently.
Yes.
There are those who will accept defeat with grace
and
move on. But there are those who will not take it. They go through several stages for them to accept that defeat. Actually, at this point in time, Trump is in a denial stage.
Oh,
and in denial,
it's a cycle.
Yes, it's a cycle. And in the denial stage, you can't accept him. You can't expect him to say that, yes, I consider. No. He has to make noise, make rallies.
Process the loss.
Actually, he will process the loss through 3 steps.
Yes.
Number 1 is trying to discredit the elections.
Yes, which he has done.
Yeah, it's fraudulent.
It's fraudulent, yes.
Number 2, they will try intimidation and make noise, rallies. And the third one, he will even go for legal battles.
Exactly.
After that, then he will accept defeat. So let him exhaust these 3 things. He's still there.
Talking of processing of the loss, many analysts, even us, we were talking about this as a factor that would determine the vote, COVID-19. But this week we have seen a breakthrough where there is finally a vaccine. And the rolling is people are even talking about even weeks they can enroll and get Americans vaccinated and then the world and they do away with this COVID-19. Trump is questioning the timing when it was released. Does he have
whatever he says, because it is him, people will dispute it. But if the fact is that vaccine could have come out earlier.
Okay, where to from here? That's the final question. Where to from here, America?
Supreme Court.
To Supreme Court?
Yes.
Are they going to be ready by January 20?
Yeah, January 20, fine.
When the new mandate starts.
I'm sorry to say this. Fine, Biden will get into the White House in January.
Yes.
But Trump will exhaust the whole process to the bitter end.
I see. You fight to the bitter end.
Yes.
Any hope of success?
Yes.
Brad, where to America from here? They seem to be confused.
There are some things that we do as people that have no consequences. And whatever Trump is doing, to me, personally, it's my opinion, has no consequences. Biden will go to the White House come January 20. So whatever noise, whatever legal battles
is inconsequential.
Yeah.
Is inconsequential.
Sure.
Thank you very much. This is the Cauldron, and the things are hot today. We will take another final break. When we come back, we'll go to the final stage of the program, which is now a look at our own profession as a journalist. And this week, I was privy to some interesting conversation among journalists, and they were trying to answer the question, is a journalist born or trained? The 2 of them will also try to answer that question. Don't go away. Welcome back. This is the Cauldron, and we are in the final segment of the program, which is the newsroom. This week, I was privy to very, very interesting conversation in which some veteran journalists were debating the issue of what makes a good journalist. Is it through training, or it is more of an inborn talent that just needs the minimum prodding through experience? Brian, what do we say? What do we say?
What a question.
Yes.
It is possible to train a good journalist.
A good journalist?
Yes.
Possible to train a good journalist? Yes.
But great journalists are born.
Okay.
So you can train good journalists, and that's what universities and colleges are
doing.
But great journalists are born.
Yes.
Yeah, they are talented.
Mibawa?
I would say I would agree with him. Personally, for myself, I've been in this field over 20 years. I started as a journalist when I was 19.
Yes,
but
long time ago.
Yeah, I've been 20 years working.
Yes.
Started working at 19. But I knew when I was in Form 2, I was 14 years old that time. I knew that
that's what you wanted.
Yes.
Yes.
When we were asked what career I wanted, I said I wanted to be a journalist.
You didn't even
I
doubt.
didn't talk about anything else. I wanted to be a journalist. I loved reading. I would record myself. I would listen to radio, and I just knew.
Read newspapers and whatever.
Everything.
Yes.
I even ruined my sight because of reading so much. So I know that I think I was born to be a journalist.
Okay. Okay. So you don't think training has helped you to get sharper?
It has helped tremendously.
Yes.
But it is something I inherently wanted.
Yes.
And there are some young people out there that I see. They come through the system as interns, as young journalists. And you can actually tell who is born to be a journalist and who isn't. And indeed, those who aren't, they fall by the wayside.
So do we need degrees, higher degrees, or probably we should just spend more years in the newsroom and boom, you are a great journalist, Brian?
We need degrees. We need education.
Yes.
Because apart from having that talent, there are ethics to abide by.
Yeah.
There are media laws to follow.
Yeah.
There are the theoretical foundation that you need.
Exactly.
So even somebody who is talented needs sound education so that they can perform far much better than others. This applies even to many professions.
Yes.
You will find some people who have never gone to music school.
Yes.
But they are
good musicians.
They are good musicians.
Yes.
And there are those who have even 2 degrees in music. But they have never even recorded.
You listen to their sound and you don't find this
it's not only in journalism where people are born with particular talent, but it's in many professions as well.
Talking of training, Mibawa, there's an accusation that probably as Malawi, we're overtraining journalists. We have the Polytechnic, we have MIJ, Chanko as well, charting out the journalists somehow, communication experts, but some of them end as journalists. I'm sure they do a bit of journalism in their communication courses. And then there are countless private universities that are also training journalists. But you look at in the field, few available jobs for graduates and the badly paying jobs. The economy is horrible, no expansion. You count radios over 70 probably, but are they proper working environments that journalists can be proud of? Most of them, the answer is no. 2 news media houses printing newspapers. TVs as well, we can count the ones that are functional. Others are merely on paper. Yet every year we are churning out journalists. Where are they going to go?
That is where talent comes in now.
Yeah.
Even in the 70 or plus radio stations, there are still some stars which shine.
Yes.
It doesn't matter which media house you have. I could listen to a tiny community radio and
the
spot talent,
yes.
and that person would eventually end up at Times because they are so talented. So it's not about overtraining. If you know that you're just doing journalism because you are not good at math, that's your problem. You fall by the wayside.
Brian, overtraining?
No.
We're not overtraining.
We are not. One of the things that we should know is that every first degree is important.
Yeah.
Those 4 or 3 years that we spend to earn the degree or the diploma.
Yeah.
Some diplomas you even take 3 or 4 years.
Exactly.
That diploma course, that degree course is important. It doesn't matter what you will do after. Journalists can become public relations officers.
Many of them actually,
information officers,
yes.
Teachers, lecturers. There are so many things that you can do after studying journalism. We should also know that journalism profession is not an exclusive space for journalists only. Even economists become journalists.
Yes, many of them.
Even lawyers become journalists.
Exactly.
Even teachers become journalists.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's important to know that. If you want somebody to be writing on agriculture, you may recruit a graduate who studied agriculture to be
then turn them into a journalist.
Yeah.
What should be the take-home message from this conversation that I was party to? From here, what should we take from it?
For me, when I spot talent, I own it. And if I see an intern who is very promising, I make sure that I take time to mentor them. And there are those who I know will never make it.
Are we doing enough to sharpen talent?
Yeah, we are. That's why I'm saying that if somebody is really interested, they will learn. They'll say, oh, has been in this field for some time. Let me take time to actually find out what she's doing, how she does it. Brian has been writing for some time. Let me find out what he does. If you're not interested, you will not make it.
How good are we on issues of internship? I'm talking about now honing the journalists. How good are we? Are we doing the right thing? How are we helping these young men and women that come as interns, then later on? Are we really building them up?
I believe so. After working for so long,
yes,
some of the people I worked with as interns even became sub-editors and
now they're doing fine.
Yeah, and editors. So yeah, but although we have said that great journalists are born, talent without discipline, talent without hard working, talent without commitment to work,
yes, passion,
without passion,
yes,
is also nothing.
Yes.
You can lose it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be talented, but if you are not disciplined, if you don't have commitment, passion, hard working, you can also lose it.
Exactly.
And those you say, those were not born with the talent, but they are hard workers.
They'll make it. Exactly.
So those two things go together: talent plus commitment and hard work.
Your final word, Bawa, before we close the program, on any of the issues that we have discussed.
No, just to say, at least today, me and Brad, we have agreed on a lot of.
I see. I see. No, it's good. It's good. Yeah. We don't always disagree. Brian, your final word on the issues today and on the table.
We need a good Malawi.
Okay.
And to have that good nation that we aspire for, every Malawian, wherever we are, we need to work hard and support the vision that the current administrators has laid before us.
Thank you very much. We must be good Malawians, patriotic, and support the office of the efforts of the new government in clearing the rubble for the good of everyone. On that note, I'm afraid that's why I end this week's edition of the Cauldron. As usual, you're with me, George Kasagula. Many thanks to Howard Zingovera for providing the assistance in the final control center. Of course, Sarah Chirola for helping me produce the program. And obviously, my two guests, Mibawa Chavula. Mibawa is the news editor at the Blunders Not Radio, as well as Brian. Brian is the executive director of Center for Solution Journalism, but he's also former managing editor of this institution. From everyone and myself, it's a good night and goodbye.